Hello guys, welcome to Come Read the Bible with Shay. You're wondering why I sound depressed? It's because it's August. Ew. Which means I start school in 10 days. And they're having a party next week at church because they want to celebrate us going back to prison! I'm sorry about that. I broke character. So, we're going to be reading chapter 18 of Genesis, because we're still in Genesis. Chapter 18 to 22 or 24. Most likely 22. Anyways, let's get started. This everlasting convent, I will always be your God and the God of your descendants. After you, I will give the entire land of Canaan, where you live now, as a foraging, to you and your descendants. It will be their possession forever, and I will be their God. Mark of Convent. Then God said to Abraham, Your responsibility is to obey the terms of convent. You and all your scribes, and you and all of your descendants have this control responsibility. This is the convent that you and your descendants have. Must keep each other among your descendants. Must keep each other among you must be primitive. You must cut off the flesh of your foreskin as a sign of convent of the flesh of your foreskin as a sign of conflict between you and me. From generation to generation, on the 8th day of his birth, this applies to not only the members of the family, but the servants that were born in your house. And chaste, all must be climatized. Your bodies, any male who fails to climatize will be cut off from the convenient family, breaking the contract. Sarai is named Sarah. Then God said to Abraham regarding Sarai's, your wife, her name will no longer be Sarai. From now on, her name will be Sarah, and I will bless her to give you a son from her. Yes, I will bless her richly, and she'll become the mother of many nations. Kings of nations will be among her descendants. And Abraham bowed to the ground and laughed to himself in disbelief. How could I become a father at the age of 100 when she is 99 years old? Abraham said to God, May Ishmael live under your special blessing. But God replied, No, Sarah, your wife, will give birth to a son. You will name him Isaac, and I will confirm the covenant with him, his descendants, as an everlasting covenant. As for Ishmael, I will bless him also, just as you asked. I will make him extremely fruitful and multiply his descendants, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will be confirmed with Isaac, who will be born to you and Sarah. About this time next year, when God had to finish speaking, he left Abraham. On that very day, Abraham took his son Ishmael, and every male in his household, including those who were born, had brought. Then he climatized them, cutting off their foreskins, just as God told him. Abraham was 99 years old when he climatized Ishmael, and his son was 13. Both Abraham and his son Ishmael were climatized on the same day, along with the other men and boys of the household whenever they were born, or brought servants. All that were climatized with him. A son is promised to Sarah. The Lord appeared again to Abraham near the oak grove belonging to Mamre. One day Abraham was sitting at the entrance to his tent during the hottest part of the day. He looked up and noticed 3 men were standing nearby. When he saw them, he ran to meet them and welcomed them, bowing low to the ground. My Lord, he said, if it please you, stop here for a while. Rest in the shade in this tree, while my water brought you to wash your feet, and since you honored your servant with this visit, let me prepare some food to refresh you before you continue your journey. All right, they said. Do as you have said to Sarah. Hurry. Get 3 large measures of some bread. Then Abraham ran out of the herd and chose a tender calf and gave it to his servant, who quickly prepared it. When The food was ready. Abraham took some yogurt and milk and roasted the meat and served it to the men who, as they ate, Abraham waited on them in the shade. "Where is Sarah, your wife?" The visitors asked. She's inside the tent," Abraham replied. About this time next year, your wife will have a son." Sarah was listening into the conversation. But from the tent, Abraham and Sarah were both very old by this time, and Sarah was long past by the age of having children, so she laughed silently to herself. "How could a worn-out woman like me enjoy such pleasure, especially when my master, my husband, is also so old?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh? What did she say? Can an old woman like me have a baby? Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return about this time next year. Sarah and I will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she denied it, saying, "I didn't laugh." But the Lord said, "No." The Lord said, "No, you did laugh." Abraham concedes for Sodom. And the men got up from their meals and looked out toward Sodom. As they left, Abraham went with them and sent them on their way. "Should I hide from my plan from Abraham?" the Lord asked. "For Abraham will certainly become a great mighty nation, and all nations of the earth will be blessed through him. I have singled him out so that he will direct his sons and their families to keep out of their way, Lord, by doing what's right, and just keep. Then I will do for Abraham and all that I promised. Out a great outcry from Sodom and Gomorrah will be to see it with their action. Are we wicked, as I have heard? If not, I want to know." The other men turned and headed towards Sodom, but the Lord remained with Abraham. "Will you sweep away the righteous of the wicked? Suppose you find filthy righteous people living in the city. Will you still sweep it away and not spare it for their sake? You would not be treating the righteous of the wicked exactly the same. Surely you wouldn't do that. Should not judge of all the earth do what's right?" Then the Lord replied, If I find a 50 righteous people in the Sodom, I will spare the entire city of their sake." Then Abraham spoke again, Since I have begun, let me speak further to my Lord. Even there are only 45 righteous people, city of 4 lack of 5. Then the Lord said, "I will not destroy if I find 45 righteous people there." And Abraham increased the list. Further, supposed to be only 40. Then the Lord replied, "I will not destroy for the sake of 40. Please don't be angry, my Lord." Abraham pleaded, "Let me speak. Suppose only 30 righteous people will be found." The Lord replied, "I will not destroy it if I find 30. Then Abraham said, "Since I have dared to speak to the Lord, let me continue. Suppose there only 20. Then the Lord replied, "Then I will not destroy it for the sake of 20. Finally, Abraham said, "Lord, please don't be angry with me. If I speak one more time, suppose 10 found there." Then the Lord replied, "I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. When the Lord finished his conversation with Abraham, he went on his way, and Abraham returned to his tent. Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed. That evening, 2 angels came to the entrance of the city of Sodom. Lot was sitting there, and when he saw them, he stood up to meet them, then welcomed them and bowed with his face to the ground. "My lords," he said, "welcome to my home, to wash your feet and be my guest for the night. You may then get up early in the morning and be on your way again." "Oh no," they replied. We just spend the night out here in City Square." But Lot insisted, so at last they went home with him. Lot prepared for a feast for them, complete with fresh bread and without yeast. And they ate. But before they retired for the night, all men of Sodom, young and old, came from all over the city and surrounded the house. They shouted to Lot, "Where are the men who came to spend the night with you? Bring them out to us so we can have sex with them." So Lot stepped outside to talk to them, shutting the door behind him. "Please, my brothers, I have 2 virgin daughters. Let me bring them out to you." No idea what that was. I'm still laughing, jeez. I don't know why. I don't know what was funny, but I just started laughing for some reason. Anyways. Alright, so I have to restart because I missed some words. because I must have hysterically been laughing that I couldn't even see the words. So, yeah, anyways, I'm gonna shut up and read. So Lot stepped outside to talk to them, shutting the door behind him. "Please, my brothers," he begged, "don't do such a wicked thing. Look, I have 2 virgin daughters. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do with them as you wish. But please leave these men alone. So for they're my guests, under my protection." "Stand back," they shouted. This fellow came to town as an outsider, and now he's acting like our judge. We will treat you far worse than those other men." And they lunged to the Lord. Lot break down the door. But the 2 angels reached out, pulled Lot into the house, and bolted into the door. Then they blinded all men, young and old, who were at the door at the house. So they gave up trying to get inside. Meanwhile, the angels questioned, "Do any other relatives here in the city?" They asked. "Get them out of this place. Your son-in-law, your sons-in-law, sons, daughters, or anyone, for we destroy the city completely." The outcry against this place is so great, it has reached the Lord, and he sent us to destroy it. So Lot rushed out to tell his daughters, fiancés, "Quick, get out the city. Lord is about to destroy it." So I'm now on chapter I am now on Genesis 20, and so we'll start from there tomorrow. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.